This is Hinos' Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, Carmelo Anthony dropped 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Here's what people need to understand. Carmelo Anthony wasn't the issue. Carmelo Anthony is being painted in a negative light. The Portland Trailblazers defense was atrocious before Carmelo got there. Why all of a sudden the media is having their LBJ Riders agenda to point the ineptitudes with Carmelo Anthony? There's a reason for that. They never liked this guy. Because this guy right here did not help the legacy, man. This is what it boils down to. I'm going to tell you guys something that's true and rare. This is basically what we call the manna of basketball. Let me say this. Let me say it again. I'm going to tell you something that's true and rare because I always do it when people come to my Yoda school of basketball. Remember, I told you, me and Naismith, we're right next to each other. You could pretty much say Hinos' Sport invented the game of basketball. Listen, folks. So hear me and hear me. Well, Carmelo Anthony refused LeBron James. If he would have been in that lineage of the Dwayne Wades and the Chris Bosh of the world to help LeBron James continue to win championships so that they could stack the deck, then the media wouldn't have turned on Carmelo the way they did. Remember, it's the media that painted the picture that they did about Carmelo. And it's the NBA executives that painted the picture. And it's the NBA in general that painted the picture. Now, some of it is self-inflicted by Carmelo because Carmelo didn't develop another side of his game, which is defense. Had he would have done that, he would have had a prolonged longevity with the league in opposition of all of the adversity that's facing him. Plus, Carmelo Anthony is one of those players that he says what he means and he speaks, you know what I'm saying, without conviction. You know what I'm saying? Let me say it again. He says what he means and he speaks without conviction. And they cannot, let me tell you something about the NBA media. They cannot co-sign and they cannot get behind a player that is defiant and rude against them. Let me say it again. They can't get behind a player and they can't support a player that's defiant and rude against them. They have to have someone that's going to be in their benefactor, someone that's going to be in their favor. This is how the media rolls. Carmelo was never that guy. So because he didn't help the legacy, which is what we know now is an abysmal 33% NBA Finals average, they had to punish him. But look, Carmelo Anthony's doing well. The media's not talking about that. You know what they're doing? They're focusing on the fact that, oh, he's not playing defense. Oh, his defensive assignments are getting blown. But they didn't realize that Carmelo Anthony's rusty, man. The season's already started, man. We're freaking 16 going into 17 games into the season. How is a guy like Carmelo Anthony of his stature and his high order and his high degree is going to be able to have an impact on the team if he's still trying to work his ass into NBA shape? Let me say it again. How is he going to have an impact on the team if he's still trying to work himself into NBA shape? I told you guys, there's 2 prerequisites that Carmelo needs to follow in order for him to be successful. The first one is to continue to show defensive effort, which he has been showing, even though he's been rusty, and continuing to accept his new role, basically attitude adjustment. Let me say it again. Make continual defensive effort on the defensive side of the ball. Be basically as effortful as possible on the defensive end. Show defensive effort. He can't show defensive responsibility because he's not elite defensively, but show defensive effort. And to always understand his truest and his most properest roles now, which is basically he's not the player he once was, and have that attitude adjustment. Carmelo has done this. So because now he has done this, look at the success that's happening. But we have to address the elephant in the room here. Damian Lillard has never been a defensively responsible basketball player. CJ McCollum has never been a defensively responsible basketball player. The Portland Trailblazers have failed in bringing in defensively responsible players. So why does this fall on Carmelo Anthony? Come on, you brain full of mush and you brainwashed dodo heads. Don't let the LBJ Riders media pump this narrative to try to debunk Carmelo. I'm in support of Carmelo. I want to see this man move. I want to see him push, and I want to see him do great things. But I understand that it's a process. He has a whole NBA season. Give this man a whole NBA season, because last time I checked, he signed a 1-year non-guaranteed contract for $2.15 million. Let me say it again. He signed a non-guaranteed 1-year contract for $2.15 million. So he needs 2.15 million reasons to show why he's still relevant in basketball. And if they allow him to do this, then we're not going to see Melo of old, but we're going to see a refined Melo. Let me say it again. We're not going to see the Melo of old, but we're going to see a refined Melo, both in attitude and defensive effort. Let me say it again. Both in attitude and defensive effort. And I believe it's really that damn simple. So Portland Trailblazers, pump the brakes and allow Melo to do his thing. NBA, pump the brakes and allow Carmelo to do his thing. LBJ Riders Media, a double, park the damn brakes and allow Carmelo to do his damn thing. Because in doing so, what you're going to see is a Carmelo Anthony that's not the old Melo, but is a refined Melo. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.